Hey everybody, welcome to Dungeons & Dragons Monday Night Mayhem!
Woo! Yeah! Let's kill some stuff.
Hell yeah, what's up everybody? My name is Jeff, I'm from Super Geeked Up. Thank you so much for joining us for some D&D action. We do this every Monday night, and so we're playing through a site called Roll20, which you're seeing on your screen. So you're seeing our character tokens there on the screen. On the right-hand side, which my colleagues will do right now, you're going to see different rolls we're going to do, spells, attacks, skill checks, all that good stuff. I heard music playing for a second there. That was very exciting. Saunders, are you doing that?
What?
Playing on me. Nope, never mind. I'm playing a commercial over on my scrreen here.
I mean, I can play music if you want, but...
I've got the live stream going at the same time.
Oh,
That's
good
what's
job,
happening.
Steve. You got the failure out of the way.
Hey, but that guy...
So there you go. Yes, thank you guys. There you go. There you see a whole bunch of rolls. Like if you were rolling physical dice, that's what you're seeing on the right-hand side of your screen.
I ruined my longbow crits. Oh, well.
Speaking of the live stream, if you're watching us live, thank you so much. You can participate in a couple different ways. You can comment on the right-hand side of the YouTube stream that's going on. You can comment live right there. Or you can tweet us at Super Geeked Up. We'll be checking both of those. We love hearing from you guys. We'll share some comments. Sometimes you can even influence what happens in the game. Make life easier or more difficult for us sometimes. I would vote for easier since we're the players. Anyway, so let's introduce everybody. My name is Jeff. Like I said, I'm playing Kalyna. That maybe Nate will bring up here momentarily.
Yes,
the characters. So she is a half-elf, rogue, sneaky, sexy, sarcastic. I finally did it correctly.
Ooh, good job.
Yeah, there she is. And what I'm very excited about is last week we actually got into some of her backstory, which our DM will catch you up on in just a minute here. And we're continuing that today. And let's go over to Trip.
Hi. Yeah, so I'm Trip. I'm playing Finn. I'm a wood elf, druid, following Circle of the Moon. And I like to be inappropriate at times. Hey, personality anyway, so there you go. I love treasure, apparently, which is a natural thing for a druid to love, maybe. But anyway, one of my taglines is, animals are my best friends, but what happens in the barn stays in the barn.
All right, let's go over to Brett.
Yeah, I play Ekamon, a Tiefling warlock, on a mission of vengeance to kill the demon that destroyed his village and killed his parents. His motto is shoot first, ask questions later.
Right, let's go over to Nate.
Thank you very much. Currently, I am playing a Warforged barbarian known as Tolthus. Funnily enough, he is 7 years old, and as far as Warforged go, that's fairly an age. He just recently came into contact with the party and has been hired on as a mercenary through someone else that was seeking to assist them in their journeys. And he has decided to stay with them because they're such a great bunch of guys that end up in all sorts of crazy situations.
Where else can you fight on top of a train?
Just being attacked by, an airship.
And vampires.
And vampires.
Yeah.
All right, so those are the 4 characters we are playing in the live stream YouTube chat right now. Anthony Davis, Lister's Mate 2, is there chatting along. Thank you, Anthony. He says, play that funky music, white boy. That's not the music that was playing, actually, Anthony. It was actually a advertisement for the new game Record, which I actually just got, but I need to start playing it. And but thank you. He also says hashtag Pixel Tits, which is Pixel Tits, which is a little reference to one of our Super Geeked Up shows.
Nice.
We were talking about Lara Croft. Speaking of that, I'm actually very excited. Right before we went on the air today, I saw that our Super Geeked Up YouTube channel just surpassed 1 million views.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
Stupendous.
And so thank you, anybody out there, if you're watching, who contributed to those 1 million views. That's super, super appreciated. You guys rock. All right. Let's go over to our DM, Somnus, who will catch us up on where we are, and then we'll get going for tonight.
All righty. So, last time around, we started in the middle of battle. The group ambushed by a group of gnolls in the city of Flamekeep. They ended up defeating the gnolls and running into Alicia, a former lover of Kalyna's, who is also a noble from Onder. The noblewoman actually helped them smuggle the leader of the gnolls out of the city in her coach so that they could interrogate the gnoll out of the way of the interference of the Knights of Thrain. And what they found from the gnoll was that he and his group were hired out in the wilderness by someone calling himself Karrnath, and that he sent them to kill the group in Flamekeep. They actually said that he just walked out of the wilderness into their camp and hired them. They don't know exactly where he came from, but, you know, the money was good, so why not? The group has previously found that name once on a scrap of paper in a dead man's apartment in Sharn. But they don't really know much about him, although they were warned not to harm him directly. For whatever reason, they were told that if no one harms him, he can't directly harm them. So, they let the gnoll go about halfway outside of Flamekeep, between Flamekeep and Lathleer. Lathleer being Alicia's home in Onder. They traveled with her because she revealed to Kalyna that a Sentinel Marshal had been looking for her in relation to her, I guess, one of her quote-unquote mothers. Cassandra, who essentially raised Kalyna, she had found was not her actual mother. And after a fight with her, she just vanished. In talking with Sentinel Marshal Halden de Deneth, she found out that Cassandra vanished on an assignment for him. She was helping with a criminal investigation into a drug smuggling ring. Part of the bargain with him was that he would help set up a new life for Kalyna so that she wouldn't have to be, you know, a criminal, you know, that she could have an education and better herself. But unfortunately, Cassandra just vanished, and Halden didn't know what happened to her, and by the time he tried to find Kalyna, she was also gone. So now the group has agreed to go with Halden to try to track down the newly resurfaced gang of smugglers who were responsible for the drugs that were flooding into Thaliost back when Cassandra vanished. So the hope is that they'll be able to find out what happened to Cassandra 7 years ago. Which led us across the rivers into Karrnath, into a small city, well, small village on the coast of Karrnath. There we go. I'm trying to scoot over here so I can show where we are. The small town of Vergensly.
Yes,
Right
and
up here.
as I've been informed, the winters of Karrnath are both harsh and trying.
Very. Karrnath gets some of the worst weather in Corvair.
It's a big vacation spot.
Yeah.
In
You
the
know what,
summer.
though? We get to look forward to telling our grandchildren how we trudged through the snow in the middle of winter for miles and miles to find Cassandra. Anyway.
Trip, we're getting an echo from you, just to let you know. All right, so continue, Samus.
Trudge through
By the way,
hill.
in the live stream in YouTube, Madrak is also joining us live. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate you being here.
I remember him. He was fun.
Trudging through the snow, uphill, both ways. So the group has investigated Vergenslide just to see if the drug was being produced there, but it seems that there's no trace of it there. So they've gotten on the road to head towards Korth, the capital of Karrnath, in the hopes of locating where the drug is being produced. And maybe a hint of where the criminal group, the Bones, are hiding out. Which
Are you still? Go ahead.
Which
Go ahead.
brings us to this lonely, snowy road. As you might notice, there isn't really a road. Karrnath has long accepted that due to their snow, during the winter times, you're probably not going to be able to find the road. So they've instead erected markers to show the path. Thus the sword markers that you see along the roadway.
Gotcha.
I was wondering. I was hoping we weren't being attacked by tiny boulder elementals.
Very large swords. No.
Am I still echoing, guys?
Nope.
No.
Okay, great. Good. Well, I'm only seeing myself and Ekamon on here. Did Tulthus and Kalyna fall through a snowdrift?
No, you should be able to see them, and Halden Denise should be there as well.
Yeah.
Actually, Tulthus and I are building a snowman.
All right. I don't see them on there. I don't know why.
And we're gonna build one with a penis to show Tulthus like what he needs to have.
Oh,
I hope he doesn't freeze. Do we have any antifreeze for Tulthus? When his metal parts freeze?
Interesting point.
He's got winter gear as well.
Hey, Ekamon, try licking Tulthus.
Yeah.
If you dare. I dare you to lick Tulthus and count to 10.
Double dog dare me.
Just kidding. Double dog dare you. Double dire wolf dare you.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
He went there.
And of course, in the live stream, we once again have some Frozen songs being sung or typed out.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
Let it go, Jeff. Let it go.
Yeah, let it go.
It's tough.
Nice.
Okay, since to the viewers out there, since Kalyna is building a snowman, should it come to life and be hostile?
Oh, and be hostile.
Great. That's what I get for making jokes. Although I think that would be adorable if Tulthus and her were building a snowman. So I'm going to be okay with that.
Yeah.
Sure. The answer is yes.
Yes. Yet again, the party gets split up and.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, Anthony Davis is saying, "Is it Olaf that we're building?" Well, that would be nice.
You know,
Oh man,
it doesn't have to be a snowman.
It's just Frosty.
I would sing that. I forget the next verse. I can't sing it. Sorry.
He's just going to sing.
You didn't know you were tuning into the musical version of Monday Night Mayhem tonight.
Yeah, that's right.
There you go.
Right. So at some point,
So
I'll do something horrible with the Fae, and everyone will have to speak in rhymes.
Nice.
Wunderbar.
They'll cast like where we all have the person to musicals.
Okay, let me get prepared for that. Orange, syringe, Dorange.
Okay.
So you all have horses, and Halden is leading the way, since he's actually from Karrnath and is familiar with the roads and passages through the woods.
Yep.
So, moving along the road, you guys can go ahead and make some perception checks.
All right.
I'm going to make some
They're the
rolls
best.
too.
My favorite kind of checks.
Boom! Starting the right way.
You always nail those perceptions.
Excellent job, Tulthus.
Wow.
Tulthus is like, I'm too obsessed with this snowman. I
Yeah,
don't
no,
perceive anything else.
seriously.
Yes.
Hey, someone created me. Who knew I could create stuff?
Oh, that's actually a big moment for you. It's like Data when he creates the android girl in the Next Generation.
Yeah, it's exactly like that.
We're a very
The show is exactly like Star Trek, folks. just so you know.
receptive group.
We explore deep social issues, and
Literally everyone got a great role to me.
And Finn goes where no druid has gone before.
Yep.
Okay.
yeah, that's for sure.
Well then, guess I'll have to.
Show us the monsters that are there.
You do catch sight of movement.
Ooh.
Where?
So the silhouette they somehow perceive. Cursed fucking perceptive people. Huh.
So wait, where do we perceive movement?
Over in this area that I just opened up off to the south of your position.
To the south.
With the two trees there.
Yeah, hang on a minute. I'm working on something here.
Okay. So somewhere down there.
And as you're watching, some large creatures come out of the woods.
Of course they do. Why wouldn't they?
And by the way, while they do that, Madrek in the chat says, "Don't eat the yellow snow."
Good.
This trick probably just beat on it.
Good advice.
Perfect.
Good advice.
That's feeling kind of eat.
Lemonade.
Well, come on. Here's a nice snow cone of yellow snow. Your favorite.
Just like Grandma used to make.
Oh, that's really gross, actually. No, I think that's
Right after a great dinner of asparagus.
Okay, so you see two large white wolves.
Ooh,
Where are they?
over here.
Oh, I see.
Ah.
They're way over there.
Oh God, they're hungry.
Oh, are they attacking? Are they coming towards us?
They are running quickly, darting through the snow, and they blend in very well with the snow.
Oh God.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Do
this is
I have a
interesting.
chance to go ahead and cast a spell, or do we just need to roll in
You just are lucky not to be surprised.
Right. Gotcha. Okay. I gotcha.
Okay, so advantage on initiative.
I don't know, folks. If you're joining us for the first time, you never played
nice.
before. Initiative determines the order in which we proceed here in this battle.
Wow. Fuck those wolves.
Snow
Trip,
wolves.
that's what you do on your own time, all right?
Yes.
Hey. They asked for me. I didn't ask them.
What happens at the barn stays in the barn.
That's right.
Wow, 55 hit points for
seducing me all the
You have
time.
double mine.
Indeed, he's a healthy warforged.
Okay, so
Well,
Tultis.
Yes. Good Lord. All right, let's. Whew, they're a good ways out, but I'm sure they'll be able to close that gap, no problem. Seeing as
Whatever
how
would make you think that?
Okay. Tolthus will go ahead and shout to all of his comrades to form a defensive line. He'll basically try to place himself in between the rest of his party members. And
The other question here:
I was
do you want to
hoping
dismount?
oh yeah, well, I mean, hey,
Wait, I thought we were leading the horses through the snow.
Depending at different
Depends on
times,
what
you'd be
time,
riding
right.
or walking the horse.
right, because we're half
I just-
riding and half leading, because it's like we can't be constantly riding them, or they tire out and die.
Instead of forming a defensive line, I was hoping you were going to say, "Let's form Voltron."
With the horses, of course.
Voltron.
That's it.
I
I'm
like
making the necromantic Voltron.
Oh, that would be
The new,
amazing.
the new Netflix series is pretty good, by the way. If you haven't
Oh,
seen the
really?
Voltron one.
Oh, might have to stop and watch that. All right. How much movement would it take to dismount?
I mean,
Just
You can
kind of
make a
like you
dex
leap
check.
off. Yeah.
you make a dex check to just leap off without, any particular problem.
Okay.
Other than that, it would probably, I'll say it takes like 10 feet of your movement.
I'm fine with taking the movement to safely not plow my face into the snow.
Keep in mind that right now, because of the snow, this is difficult terrain.
Okay. Ooh.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So your movement is
So-
halved.
Okay.
Halved,
I'd be down-
okay.
All right, that makes sense. I would be down to 20 feet of movement. Since I don't have a very long weapon or a lance, I don't think fighting on horseback would be a very good idea. Plus, I don't want to put the horse in danger. So, let's see, 10 feet getting off, and then another 10 feet would allow me to successfully move. Actually, it would be right there, wouldn't it? Or no, it would be right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, verily I say, unto the battle. And once I reach that spot of 10 feet away from the horse, I will adopt the dodge stance.
Well, okay.
Well, I won't use it just yet. All right.
All right. Kalyna.
All right, now are you saying if I do a check, I can not have that 10 feet to get off? Can you do an acrobatics check?
That would be fine.
I'm going to do that. Boom!
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I did a nice flip off the horse.
A little pirouette.
Then I landed made a snow angel and hop back up. All right, so I have my half movement speed now.
Yes.
Okay, so I can only do 15 then. Now they're coming from the southwest, right of us.
Yeah.
Lower left.
The two
All
that
right.
we can see if there's not more.
All right, so I'm gonna go
Right.
boom, boom, boom. I'm just gonna go back there, so then I'd be in the front. I'm assuming they're quite a bit of distance away, right here.
They're a decent distance away.
Okay. All right, so I will just be done then.
Okay.
I like it when Kalyna goes boom, boom.
Well,
All right.
you've never experienced it, you never will, but all right.
Okay.
The walls are always thin where we stay. So anyway, this is really weird, Somnus, but for some reason, both Kalyna and Tolthus my view on the map. I don't know why.
That's
It could just be a glitch. Might just be a glitch. But I see Ekamon and the wolves, but I do not see them.
Do you
We
see?
can't cast invisibility.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
so
sneaky
I
like
don't know. I just assume it's a glitch. So anyway, I can't really see them. So if I move anywhere where
I'm
they
behind
are,
you.
okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I assume I can dismount and cast a spell easily enough. Yep.
Yes. Yes.
Should I athletics check or not worry about it?
It's up to you. I mean, it just costs you movement to get off the horse.
Okay. I'm just getting off the horse then. I will go ahead and cast 2 dire wolves.
Fight fire with fire.
And 2 dire wolves, basically forming defense side by side with Tolthus is in front of us. Since I can't see him, can you place like a dire wolf on each side
right
of Tolthus?
here.
Okay. Well, basically, dire wolf's kind of in front of us, but
Bark.
like 5 feet of us, so they get the attack with advantage.
Okay, so like here you're thinking, or
Directly on top of Finn.
Yeah, right. What do you? How do you want them? Yeah, actually, hang on a second. We'll just.
Yeah, that's fine. Then, like another one.
Oh, Somnus, do you have the same art pack that I do for various creatures and whatnot?
I've got a one for goblinoids.
Okay, it's from the same artist because I got the one for orcs and wargs.
Ah, okay. Yeah, no, I like the one that I got for the hobgoblins. So.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Okay. So
I've
there
got
you go.
horrors.
Now you should be able to control
Nice.
them.
Okay, great. Cool, and I'll go ahead and put.
I keep forgetting to
Good
do it.
points
I'm going to
there.
actually set some up for you that you can just drag and drop.
Right. All right, and I'm just going to have them be on the defensive. Both of them are ready for attacks,
Okay.
but they're going to stay there with us.
Okay. You can go ahead and fill in their hit points and stuff because now you have control of those and their AC. So, Ekamon.
I will be getting off my horse
Okay.
and moving over here. And how fast are they going? Like if I cast something in their way, would they be able to stop in time?
They're moving relatively quickly, but they don't seem to be having much trouble with the snow either.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna Eldritch Blast this one.
Okay.
Oh, not to get off topic, but Kalyna and Tolthus on their very own ship. I don't know why it reminds me of Treasure Planet.
Oh wait, was there like a robot dude in that?
It was the cat lady is
This
the
with the second
captain,
bolt, so I got 11.
and the giant
Okay.
rock guy is the first mate.
Well, the second
Nice.
shot is not going to hit. The first one
Yeah, I knew that.
hits, and it lets out a snarl as you hit it.
Yoip, yoip, yoip.
It doesn't seem terribly impressed.
Oh,
Oh boy. That's not good.
Okay.
no! Did you say these were winter wolves?
I didn't say.
Let's say what kind of wolves they were.
Okay.
They're just white. They blend in with the snow.
Can I make any kind of check myself, or should I wait till the next turn?
No,
Just,
certainly you could have made that on your turn. A
Yeah.
knowledge nature check.
Maybe. What would that be? Like perception?
It'd be knowledge nature. It'd be a nature check.
Oh,
20.
Oh.
ding, ding, ding!
Yeah. From the look of them, you're getting a sinking feeling that these are probably winter wolves.
Ah.
Wow, I can't believe I guessed that.
Winter wolves.
What do we know about winter wolves?
Winter wolves are, of course, naturally adept at hiding in the snow. They don't suffer any problems with cold, and they also have an attack in which they breathe cold on their opponents.
Sons of bitches! All right.
Asshole wolves.
Right?
Yep.
Okay, Holden.
Oh, Finn, you should be used to it. It's like how all your dates treat you.
Ow. You're cold as ice, Kalyna. You're as cold as ice.
She knows.
I know.
Let's get who the fuck was who was the villain in Care Bears? Professor Coldheart?
I think so.
Let's get him up here. He can help us.
I wouldn't mind interacting with the Lich King. That would be pretty great.
Hopefully Halden's not going to be as listless as the druid that we had.
Anybody's better than him.
Right.
You guys give Melvin a bad rap. I've got good plans for him.
He's gonna smoke all your profits away.
Honestly, if I have to, I'll just put him in control of the herb garden. It'll be fine.
Okay, the wolves make their move. Let's see.
This is gonna be good.
Work.
Oh, I totally could have attacked them too. Oh well, my spell. That's right.
Okay, so
Bird. Bird.
Is that the song the wolves are singing?
okay,
Let it bark, let it bark.
That's you know.
take a look here.
Yikes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, oops. Hang on a second. He's there. Okay. And this one is going to run up here. And then...
Wolf against wolf, right?
Yep. Whoopee.
How come your direwolves don't have any cool abilities like that?
He's like, yeah, summon some good creatures, will you?
Yeah.
Another one bursts from the trees to the north.
Oh, that's terrible. I don't like that
Son
at
of a
all.
bitch.
They flanked us.
They did
And
it!
then
It's
they
a trap.
all open their jaws wide and breathe frigid air
Oh, shit.
over the
God
group.
Damn it.
Ooh.
15-foot cones.
Damn it.
So that's going to mean that basically Tulthus, Finn, and Kalyna are all getting hit by... Well, Kalyna's getting hit by 2.
Via...
Tulthus and Finn are getting hit by 3.
Yeah. Via...
Oh, good God.
Danger sense. I should be able to, as a bonus action, burst into a rage. As long as it's a dexterity save.
It is a dex save, but at the same time, is this... I mean...
It's a danger sense.
Right.
Yeah.
So...
Danger sense.
My spidey sense is tingling.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's always the power I wanted, Spidey sense. To be honest.
Yes.
Hell yeah. Ooh.
Because I have a lot of people out to get me, apparently.
Weird, it's not actually rolling the damage. Okay.
Danger everywhere Jeff wants.
Yeah. Well, it's mostly just Brett trying to get me.
Still, though, I mean,
Yeah.
on average, 18. Ooh.
A DC 12 saving throw?
Yep, for half.
Taking 18 cold damage?
Well, it didn't roll the damage, so
I'll go ahead and make the save for it.
I'll go ahead and...
So do I have to do
Roll.
2 saves or just 1?
You do... you just have the 1. The other guys are taking 3.
Ugh.
Oh,
Alright,
wow. 3?
Wait, did you...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I only have the one guy hitting me, right?
Yeah, only the one closest to you hits.
Wow. Tulthus.
Wow.
Owned!
Shit.
Oh,
Well, I
yeah.
did two great and 1 shitty.
Oof.
Oh, man.
I don't want to. Well, I guess you know.
So on the take them in order.
It's
so,
well. I hate to point this out, but in all fairness, you rolled d6s instead of d8s.
was it D? Is it D8s?
Yeah, oh no, that's very
Yes.
good, Nate.
No, that's
yeah.
D8s. It is D8s. Pardon me. Let me fix that.
Damn it.
No.
Oh, this is much better.
Oh, wow. Okay,
Isn't it?
So which wolf is which?
We'll say the first one is up north. The one who's came in from surprise.
So that's 19?
19.
Yeah,
All right, now since I passed the save...
you take
that-
half.
Now, so that would be... You say you round
Alright.
down or up? Down?
Unless you have... Do you have evasion yet?
I have... Well, first off, I have Uncanny Dodge, which means I should be able to have that again.
Right, I was just wondering... I can't remember when...
Oh, no. It's
gets evasion.
Uncanny Dodge says that if you make the save on something, you take no damage.
Oh, shit, I think you're right. Thank you, Nate.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's the evasion.
Oh, wait.
Rogues do get that eventually, but
Shit.
Evasion is at 7th level.
7.
Ah,
You know, you're not there yet.
damn.
No, you're right. It's just... okay, so I'm going to have that twice, basically, right?
Right.
Now, do you say you round down?
You round down.
Okay, so I would
Okay,
take...
so that would be... Goes to 9,
4.
and then I will go to 4, I guess, right?
Right.
I believe I would take 10 total damage for making the save on everyone and also being in a rage for resistances. So I take a total of 10?
And am I calculating right? I think I take 35.
Ouch. This, by the way, this Uncanny Dodge thing is the only reason I'm ever going to be surviving anymore with my terrible hit points. It's like the best ever.
Did you make any of your saves? You made 2.
No, I made 2 of them, but it's like half damage, though, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
And it's like half of 19
is
which
going
I
to
assume would be
is going to be 9.
Yeah, and then half of 15, which is 7. But then 19, so...
Right. So the other thing that needs to be taken into account is you have to make a DC 19 concentration check.
Ooh.
A DC 19?
Well, you said you took one that was a 19. You're going to have to make a concentration check for each of those blasts.
Oh, God.
The DC is either 10
Yeah.
or sorry, DC 10 or I think half the damage you take. Sorry, never mind. So I think all of those are going to be DC 10, but let me
All right.
double check because I'm.
Oh, Brett. Hey, Brett, you weren't hit at all, were you?
Nope.
Shit.
No, lucky you. I'll just hang out in the back there, guys.
So dire wolves are gone.
Yeah, he was just enough on the fringes to.
I'm nice and toasty.
He's a real fringe element.
What was it? Did Finn let us know what type of wolf they were?
Yeah, I would have yelled
half
out.
the damage you take. So you need to make 3 DC 10 concentration checks.
Yeah, I already did, so they're gone. The dire wolves are gone.
By 1.
21, and they got a freaking 9.
By 1.
Bye-bye, wolfies.
Yeah,
Bark.
bye, wolfies.
Bark.
All right, I'm not a big fan of these winter wolves already.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to survive an encounter with these guys. I mean, possibly, but
No.
we may need to consider running.
not
Well,
looking
hold
good.
on.
Hopefully Halden is going to do some cool stuff here in a second.
I'm trying
Right.
to remember something. Okay, so speaking out of character, since Finn let us know what types of creatures these were, would we have any, obviously knowledge about them?
Yeah, I'm wondering if fire against them would probably do more damage, maybe.
Well, as far as I mean, Finn knows about natural creatures. They have highly acute hearing and smell. They know they fight like wolves, so they fight with pack tactics.
Right.
But really, the major difference between them and standard wolves is that they are immune to cold.
Okay.
And that they are, they have that breath weapon that they can use.
It's very dangerous.
They're not stupid either.
I was going to say, are they intelligent creatures?
They are to a point. They're not. They're baseline. They're not as smart as a person. but they can understand some languages and so on. Like their intelligence, just for a guideline, is about 7.
So it's less than a person, but definitely not just some animal.
But more than an animal. Which is why, I mean, look at what they did. They moved to hit all of you, or as many of you.
They're like velociraptors.
Collectively.
Well, okay, so you said that they understand a language or some language?
Some of them understand languages.
Some of them.
Do we know what languages?
Well, it could vary.
Can we just start speaking a bunch of different languages?
I mean, you know, I have to wait until my next turn, but I mean, I can cast Speak with Animals and we could stand down and try to call a truce.
I would love that, because I actually don't like killing animals, period, to be honest with you, so.
Well,
Now, the good news for Finn, though, you are not in melee with any of them, so you can back away without being attacked.
Right.
Would I be able to roll a nature check with advantage, since Finn let us know what types of wolves they were?
If you want, yeah.
It's just.
And you say they don't have any resistances?
They don't have any particular weaknesses. They are immune to cold.
Yeah. I don't think that's going to do it.
No.
No.
Okay.
You got nothing.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the question too, Somnus, would I know if they would be able to breathe every single turn?
It can take them a little time to recover, depending. It is essentially, you do know they can't normally just do it all the time.
Right.
But there's no real set guideline to, how often they can.
Gotcha.
I mean, essentially, I know you could see the power that was posted. It recharges on a 5 or 6 on a D6 roll.
Gotcha.
So if I keep rolling low, they may never use it again in this fight.
Yeah.
As far as languages do go, what's the diversity we have here? Because I know I speak Common, Dwarvish, Giant, and what was the other one? I think Orcish.
Mm-hmm.
I've got Common, Elvish, and Draconic.
And I've got Elvish, Sylvan, Common, Druidic.
Oh, it wasn't Orcish, it was Goblin.
I do Common and Infernal.
Okay. Well.
Okay.
But if he just does speak with animals, I mean, that'll definitely take care of it, right?
Right. It's just a matter of whether or not we'll be able to understand, I think. Because otherwise he'll have to mediate between us.
Because the other thing is that generally they can't speak.
Yeah, we're not going to understand them.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, do you guys want to stand down and try to see if they can be reasoned with, or
I think it's past that point.
I don't know.
The other thing you have to consider is, are you going to be able to reason with hungry wolves?
No.
Look, wait. Do we have any food on us? It would be reasonable to say we brought food along on the journey, right?
Yeah. I mean, the horses have, packs with food.
So maybe you could talk to them and say, like, hey, look, we'll give you this food instead of eating us.
Well, honestly, it might be past that point. Beyond all of what they just used, unless they're able to frost breath every turn, we should, I guess, maybe take them in combat. We do have another NPC with us who's more combat oriented.
Definitely be fighting.
Yeah. So,
I don't know. I always like whatever. If we can, if there's a way to do it peacefully, though.
Yeah. All right.
And they're not just dumb brutes. So I mean, it's not just like they're going to only attack and nothing else necessarily.
I mean, if nothing else, we probably could get them weak enough to where they might stand down. But All right. Well,
Yeah, well,
Tolthus
Tolthus, it's up to you, man. What are you doing?
uttering a guttural war cry and charging straight into these two wolves.
Well, alrighty then.
All right.
Afterwards, I will gladly use my reckless attacks to start thwomping this particular wolf. All right. Swing.
You're recklessly attacking. Got it.
Swing.
Yeah, that's gonna hit. So, which one are you focusing on?
That one.
That one.
To the left.
Alrighty.
All right. And then one more swing.
That hits.
Woo! Okay, thank God. All right, and then the offhand rage axe.
And that hits.
Clunk.
Yeah, it's bleeding a little bit.
Good.
And looks angry.
All right, well, I believe I have expended my actions for the turn.
Alrighty. Kalyna.
So I asked in the YouTube chat about how to defeat these wolves, and Madrick and Anthony also both are saying fire. But the thing is, they actually are not weak against fire, right? So they have no weaknesses.
No, they're just immune to cold.
Because I do have fire, but that's not going to really, I guess, help. And Anthony also said climb a tree and shoot some arrows at them. It could work, except the only tree is over there, I guess, that's near us.
One thing I think we should remember is these creatures appear to be rather large, so I assume they're indeed quite big.
Yeah, they're big.
Okay.
So much bigger than a normal wolf.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I'm assuming they would be able to scale a tree pretty easily.
Well, no, I mean they I mean, sir, they couldn't climb a tree.
Right.
I mean, they might be able to reach higher than your average wolf, but you know, the trees around here are not exactly small.
All right, so I'm going to attack the wolf near me.
Okay.
With my rapier.
Getting all rapey with the wolf, you son of a bitch.
Nice.
Does that hit?
Definitely hits.
That's good damage too, man.
Good job.
You stab it, and it snarls at you, snapping at you with its teeth.
Then I will disengage. And so again, I can only move half, right?
Right.
Boop, boop, boop. Nope. Doop, doop, doop.
Okay.
Oh, sure.
Hey, man, it worked for you, so I'm going to go.
Behind me.
Yeah, hopefully, I actually would want to go right behind you, so I could just shove you in front of him. But
Jeez.
hey, there's the wolves. They sound like dogs.
Yes. That don't sound so tough.
I'm now seeing a feat that Tolthus needs.
Oh God, what's that?
Well, see, the wolves don't really want to eat Tolthus, obviously. He's just full of metal.
Right. Which would make that feat even better.
Oh, really?
Sentinel.
Oh, yeah, I actually used that in the campaign where my character literally had a giant shield as a weapon.
Yeah.
So I assume half of 35 is going to be 15 for me, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Madrick in the chat is suggesting a dog whistle. That could be a good idea. Anybody have a dog whistle?
Right.
Here, let me whittle one.
Yeah.
Yeah, hurry
so I'm going to run over here, and I am going to cast my last Conjure Animals spell, and I'm going to go with Dire Wolves again.
Okay.
And which wolf were you attacking, Tolthus? Was it this one?
Yes, it was.
It was this one?
The one on the left, yeah.
Okay.
I love
Then
how
I'd like to put...
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was going to say, I love how the three of us are all kind of like backing away, and Tolthus is like, all right, see, take care of that, Tolthus.
Yeah.
You got this, man.
Then I'd like to put the other wolves like basically on the other side of them where they can both attack the one that Tolthus was attacking. Okay?
Actually, you can position them.
Great.
because I basically just moved them where you couldn't see them. So you
Great.
still have control of them, and they still have their hit points and everything.
Fantastic. All right. So they're both going to attack the one that Tolthus was attacking, and
Okay.
they get to attack with advantage. So I'll do 2 rolls for the first one. 20 for 10 damage. Seems
Well,
fair.
that'll hit.
And then the other one's doing the same thing. Shit. Oh, well.
Oh, he took a shit on him? That could help.
Well, no, he just actually literally took a dump in the snow instead of attacking.
Oh, but then the wolf could be sniffing it and distract the wolf.
Yes. Anyway, unsuccessful. But 1 hit.
Could have been worse.
Yeah.
And
It
it
could always
does not get knocked down.
All right. Thank you.
Alrighty. Yeah, come on.
All right, I am going to
Don't
Yes.
tank!
Okay.
whispers on this one over here.
Okay. And that's a
Oh my god.
wisdom
5d6.
save.
That's
Oh!
jeez.
Son of a bitch.
Wait, what's my?
It doesn't afraid.
Ah,
Okay, so it takes half the damage, so it takes 6. And it is not running away.
lame.
Okay.
That,
Okay. Seeing that these wolves are well in hand,
Another wolf bursts out of the shrubbery.
Yeah.
he heads over to this one. And as he does so, he makes a kind of a gesture and speaks a few words, and his form suddenly blurs.
Nice.
Since he isn't wearing his helm, you can actually see there's a shimmer at the side of his neck. And you can see the edge of his dragon mark.
Cool. Does he do anything else impressive, or is he just blurry?
It basically, for a caster, you would recognize the effect. Essentially,
Right.
anyone trying to attack him is going to have a hard time predicting where he actually is.
Cool. Gotcha.
So, Hungry Wolf, number 1 up here at the top, is going to try to go where there's more chow and less metal.
Great. Heading towards the squishies.
Yummy, yummy. In my tummy.
However, as he tries to leave past Halden's blade flashes out and jabs into the side of its neck, and it jerks back, unable
Yes.
to leave his
Mm-hmm.
side.
Good.
Does he happen to have the sentinel feet too?
Maybe.
see, this guy's already way better than Melvin or whatever the hell that guy's name is.
Yeah.
So
It's
the wolf
Melvin.
turns his attention on Halden. And Halden slaps its face aside with his shield.
Cool.
This guy is a beast.
So this wolf, who's been chomped on by the other wolves, wheels around and breathes cold all over them.
Oh, son of a bitch. He got
Us.
his cold back, huh?
No, he's breathing on the wolves.
Right.
So they're going
Oh.
to have to make those saves.
Oh.
Let's see. Are you doing those saves, or did you want me to?
I'd have to look up those
Doesn't matter.
stats.
Yeah, one sec.
You can go ahead and roll it. I mean, it's a dex save, so whatever their dex mod plus a d20.
Dex, they have +2, so they have +2 dex. So there's one, and then there's terrible.
Okay, so one of them is taking the full 21.
Yeah.
Oof.
And you notice the cold wash over the other winter wolf as well, and it doesn't care.
Oh, come on. Why did it do that?
What?
No. I screwed up.
Oh, I adjusted.
Or did you do it?
Yeah.
Were we just... Oh, we were both doing it.
Oh.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Do you want to just fix that then? Sorry.
Well, I think the one to the south is right. It took the 21. And then the other one I took 10 off it. So they look right now.
There you go.
So,
that's fine.
Crystals, like White Castle, but not.
Yes.
What is crystal? What is crystal?
It's I forget, what state do you live in, Jeff?
New York.
Okay, do you know what White Castle is?
Yep.
Yeah, it's like White Castle, almost identical, actually.
Oh. I've never had either.
And the one chumps Tolthus. Because since he has his ally next to him, he has advantage.
Nice. Oh, shit. I mean, not good.
You're
Sorry.
like, this is great. Yes, I hope Tolthus dies.
No.
Whose team are you on?
I'm confused.
He got too much of that cold blast. He doesn't know what's going on.
He's disoriented.
I love these animals, but they hate me.
Gee, thank you, Fred.
I just want to be
So
friends with you.
conflicted.
Why are you trying to kill me?
I fucking hate you, Winterwolves.
Oh, but one cool thing about Crystals and White Castle is they have little burgers that are square and tiny.
Yes, I've seen that.
Mm-hmm.
The only White Castle I've had is one time in the frozen section of a supermarket, and they were some of the worst things I've ever done.
Oh, never get the frozen ones.
Yeah, I got a frozen.
So are the real White Castle ones actually good?
They're much better.
I wouldn't
Hold
say
it.
good, but they're
You
better.
are up.
Like edible.
They're actually biodegradable.
Better than field rations.
Okay, well, these guys are trying to give me a run for my money. Having never encountered the Winter Wolves before in combat, he doesn't want to exactly test their capabilities, and as he's seen so far, they're very capable of destruction, especially with that frost breath. He wants to bring this one to his left down as quickly as possible, so he's going to keep on chopping. Chop.
Take him down!
Ooh, chop.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, this is of course with reckless attacks.
Woo!
So, oof.
That's nice.
Missing limbs?
You're doing reckless attack on all of them? So, okay, that actually does hit.
Woo, thank God.
Ooh, their AC is low
Oops,
then.
I accidentally clicked damage twice.
That's all right.
Hey, 12 damage.
Okay.
Nice.
It's looking woozy.
Oh, all right. And then from out of nowhere, left-handed Rage Axe.
And hits, barely.
Oh, damn.
Okay.
Not looking good.
All right. So, Kalyna.
All right, now, the one by Halden, did you say, is he kind of almost have it as a grapple or something? Did you say he stuck his sword in it? What happened?
Basically, it tried to move away from him, and he basically maneuvered himself and stabbed it in the neck when it tried to get away from him. So now it's basically having to focus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it okay if I tell them about Sentinel?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So mechanically speaking, Sentinel is a feat where if anything tries to leave your engagement range, you can make a melee attack against it and slap the shit out of it, and it loses all of its movement. And this ignores disengage.
Nice.
Yeah, they can't even disengage to get away from someone with Sentinel. Basically, as long as you hit with the attack, they cannot move.
Nice.
Okay, cool. All right, so I'm going to go move up there. I'm going to attack with my rapier again.
Okay. Nice. And
I'm
you
going
get
to do
sneak attack.
Good.
Attack. 3d6. I think. Oh, nice.
Nice.
Holy shit, 27.
Yeah, that is one hell
Heck
of a hit.
yeah.
And this time, like now it's like trying to look between the two of you to figure out which one's worse.
Damn, it's still up.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that's the most damage I've ever done.
Wow.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's good.
this sneak attack gets pretty powerful, actually.
Yes.
Wait till you see an assassin in round 1.
Well, when you roll 5
One
65 for 3d6, that's some pretty good damage.
So I'm running there.
Oh, yeah, shit, I got
And-
565.
Peace, I'm out.
Do I have enough of a view to be able to hit the wounded wolf with
It would
bow and
have
arrow?
cover. It would have.
It would have cover.
It would have half cover because it's
All right.
got a. There's another very
Yeah.
large wolf in the way, and then there's
No
more
problem.
wolves.
So the wolf in the way, then I'm going to go ahead and hit with longbow, maybe, or not.
Or not.
And then one of the wolves is going to first attack the really damaged wolf and see if he takes him down with advantage.
That's a hit.
So 15, 11, does that work? Is he dead?
He dies.
Huzzah!
Yes. All right, so then the other wolf is going to attack the uninjured wolf with advantage. 18 for 8.
That will hit.
All right,
Okay.
one down.
All right, since I figure that the Kalyna and Halden have got this one up here, I'll
And it's not falling over.
Eldritch Blast this one.
Okay.
Yep. Holy crap, you rolled a 20. Jeez.
Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. Well, could have moved. So okay, never mind. Go ahead.
19 for 13 with the first bolt, and 12 for 10 if it hits for the second.
12 will not hit. It manages to dodge aside.
All right.
Okay, so. Okay.
And that's my move.
Okay. Halden. Let's see.
Damn.
Nice.
Goodbye.
Okay.
Alden's a shit.
19.
Well, you don't get to be a Sentinel Marshal sitting at home collecting baseball cards. It's still up, but it looks to be in bad shape.
Oh, man.
Yes.
Have a limited edition bugbear card.
Limited edition bugbear card. It's pristine. So, well, he would have moved up here to be able to threaten to get the.
Yeah, I would think
Dang.
so.
That would make the most sense.
It would. Yeah.
So they can both take attacks of opportunity.
Great. With advantage?
They're
Or just,
they still would have been adjacent to each other when he moved. So yes.
okay. 18 for 9.
Yeah.
And then 16 for 5.
Okay.
And do they get to see if they not get prone or not really?
Right. It's part of their standard attack, so it's going to
Cool.
happen.
Good lord.
Ah!
Oh my god, that wolf says
Slippery
no.
wolf.
And then it breathes all over the wolves and Tulthus.
Of course it does.
Son of a bitch.
And on Twitter, by the way, Necrodius just said he's watching live as well. Thank you, sir, for watching.
Thank you.
Oh, what a terrible!
Wow.
Hey, they
Wow.
both make dexterity saves.
Somnus, I feel so bad for you.
I don't feel bad for you at all.
don't
You're
feel bad.
surviving.
I think I should have taken the average. Jeez.
I want to survive.
Although
No, you did the right thing, Somnus. Put it out there.
that
I
wolf
like
on
how
the bottom
out of-
was looking real ragged at this point.
The attack that requires 4d8, I took a whopping 2 damage from. That's insane.
The winter wolf isn't feeling that well and actually just spews ice cubes out of its
No,
mouth.
he sneezed.
It's like,
That's
oh,
One day, Tulthus, one day,
Oh yeah, no.
you will meet something that's going to eat your face.
I don't want to think about it because it's happened before. Oh,
Okay.
man. The dice will not be in my favor that day.
The wolf decides that Kalyna looks like the easier target.
no.
Well, little does that know.
And missed.
Yes.
Munch.
Blood loss.
That's right. Too nimble.
So, Tulthus.
Okay, so I will deftly maneuver and muscle for rank, fuel burning fast on an empty tank, and expend my 20 feet of movement to get side by side with the Sentinel and Sentinel Marshal, excuse me. It's a very prestigious rank. And then try to open up a can of whoop ass on poor little Fido here. Hiya!
Nice.
Oh!
Yeah. Damn.
Good lord. So is
He's still up.
oh god.
Son of a
Well
bitch.
Rough shape, but he's still standing.
offhand rejects.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Ka-chunk.
And he falls.
Ah, glorious
Yes.
battle.
There you go.
All right. Kalyna.
Bring this to a close.
Stab.
Rapier again.
Oh!
Nice.
And
Well,
he
shit back.
topples.
Oh, I didn't even say
Nice.
He was not in good shape.
No, not after that first sneak attack. Jesus.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, that was a good battle for us.
Yeah, it was.
Yep.
Then looks around. Is everyone all right?
I think Finn's a little wounded.
Yeah, come on.
I'm
No, that's
fine.
The rest of us are great.
Yeah, I don't think I got hit.
Hey, Halden, what was that? What was that thing you did where you got all kind of blurry?
Well, it's still going on actually, but he fades away.
Halden, where are you?
Well, actually, when he lets it fade away, it's like it almost seemed like he was standing a foot to the side of where he was actually at.
Oh wow.
He said it's an ability of the Mark of Sentinel. It's one of the abilities of my Dragon Mark.
Gotcha.
Start calling him Zoom.
Very impressive. That's an excellent Flash reference there, folks. If you don't watch Flash, you should. It's the best show on TV.
Yep.
It is
And while
fun.
this
I've been
While
enjoying
this is
that.
going on, I'm just popping one good berry in my mouth after the other.
Uh,
I'm taking
Does
my
Finn-
share and Tulthus's share this time, 20.
Ben, do I have 10 from you?
Oh yeah. Everybody has 10.
All right.
Well, Kalyna and Ekamon have 10 each.
I'm gonna pop 4, then they give me back
Cultists,
up.
I don't give them to them anymore, so I share them now.
It's 1 health hit point per berry, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pop 4 to get back up to max then.
There you go.
Okay.
Yep. So, I'm still keeping my wolfies by my side.
Oh, are the horses okay?
The horses are all right. The wolves, in order to position themselves to hit you guys, kind of ignored the horses. The horses, of course, I mean, if they'd managed to take you guys, the horses would have been easy
Oh, yeah.
to hunt down and eat.
Yeah, no, it just signifies their level of intelligence, because regular wolves would have just gone after the first thing in front of them.
Right. They would have
Whereas
gone on the
these-
horses.
Yeah, clearly wanted to take out the bigger threats first.
Right. And I do want to go and just search the wolves to see if there's anything strange about them. Just
No, they're normal they're normal winter wolves.
Okay.
From everything that you can tell.
fair enough.
How long would it take to harvest their pelts?
Take probably, an hour, couple hours, just to skin them and
Yeah.
get the pelts.
All right, Kalyna's gonna say, no, we gotta get going here.
Damn.
Well, I mean, how close is it to us needing to rest? Because I know that like 150 miles or something through the snow.
Close to that,
Yeah. Despite the distance not really being that bad, it's going to take you, I think, about 15 days to get to Korth.
Right.
Because of the
How
snow.
far are we right now?
You're a couple days out.
Would these pelts really be worth that much or not really?
Well, I mean, hey.
Pelts? I mean, they're good pelts. I mean, you're talking about an animal that's immune to cold, so they're going to be good pelts.
All right.
So anyone who would be obliged to aid me in this task, feel free.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna do some kind of short rest to heal or something,
yeah, that's what we
Preferably,
do.
yeah.
Kalyna will be okay with it. But otherwise, just so you know, her
an hour anyway, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
if we're doing short rest, that's fine. But her motivation is obviously to get there as quickly as possible.
Oh,
yeah.
and understandably so.
Yep. Well, let's go ahead and rest then while you guys are.
I'll expend 3 hit dice.
Alrighty.
We get 20. That's perfect.
How long are we resting?
An hour. It's
hour.
the standard for a short rest.
Yeah. Long rest is typically 8 if you're not a special race, and then
Right.
short rest is usually an hour.
And
So I'll.
gonna spend some hit die as well, Finn?
Yeah, I am, just to make sure I get up. So let me see. How many more do I need to get up there? Let's see. I'm at 39, so I need.
'Cause, yeah, on top of being
15.
able to, harvest some extra pocket change out of these guys and possibly some cold immune cloaks, hey, the short rest was sorely needed for Tothless, even though he resisted most of that damage.
I'm back up then.
Kalyna is playing in the snow.
She doesn't want to be disgusting wolf guts around that, so.
It's a good way to get eaten.
I'm just pretending that I'm just ignoring all of this. I should care more about the wildlife, but they tried to kill us, so.
They had it coming this time.
Yeah.
Eat or be eaten, my friend.
Well, Kalyna will also playfully throw a snowball at Tolthus.
Make an attack roll.
Because she's figured he's probably never had a snowball fight, so she's like, hey, this is how you do it.
No, he's never had one before. He's only spent his time in
Yeah, go for it. Make that attack roll.
Oh, wait, I'm not really going to damage him, though,
Oh,
right?
no. It's just to hit him.
It's going to be like Dumb and Dumber. He's just going to stand 2 feet away from you and just wail on you.
What kind of an attack is it?
Just a ranged attack with your dex.
Yeah,
one,
just a ranged
even
attack.
Proficiency.
Just a dex basically roll.
Dex. Well, with proficiency. I mean,
It's a snowball.
It's a snowball.
So wait, what? So my proficiency bonus plus my dex bonus, basically.
Yeah, basically.
All right, I gotcha. What am I rolling? 1d20.
Yeah.
There you go.
Nice.
And I yell out, "Why would you throw the snowball of death?"
Believe it or not, Tolthus actually dodges that.
Well, in this case, a lot of your AC is armor, not necessarily dodge.
Yeah, that's right.
So, in this case, she hits you with it. It's. I mean,
do I feel it?
You feel it. I mean,
Tolthus looks up.
Like you didn't know what happened?
No, you realize quickly that had to have come from the side. It didn't come from above.
Is it hailing?
Right.
So Kalyna
We're
will
being
tell her,
assailed by more winter wolves.
Yeah. The sky is falling.
Kalyna will come up to have another one in her hand, saying, "This is what we call snowball fight, Tolthus. It's fun." And then she'll whisper, "Now go throw one at Finn."
Trying to sleep over here.
Tolthus doesn't really seem to grasp the concept of the snowball fight just yet.
I shall show up like, look, you take some snow, and you pack it in your hand like this.
Okay, he copies you.
All right, and then, look, you throw one at Finn, and I'll throw one at Ekamon.
Okay. So let's see.
And then my dire wolves playfully go and jump on Kalyna.
Let's
I'm
see.
just kidding.
Let's see. Hellish Rebuke. Let's see.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay,
Little
so
overreaction.
Tolthus was a little overzealous in his throw.
I think we both hit, right? Because Ekamon's AC is pretty low.
Yeah. And the snowballs are flying.
Okay. So, both the wolves
Come on, guys, you gotta have some fun sometimes.
try to knock down Kalyna with advantage. Just kidding. I don't care.
No, I mean they could do it without hurting.
Come on, don't you know her name by now?
Right.
Kalyna.
They do it for fun.
You're gonna have
Sure,
dog drool on your armor.
I start throwing snowballs back. And I say, "Tickle fight!"
Okay, now that you just made it weird.
That's right.
You can have a tickle fight with the snowman we made.
Halden is just kind of shakes his head and goes to make sure the horses are all right.
These are the people trying to save the world?
Yeah.
Well, he
Then
doesn't
just
know
ties
you're
each
trying
of
to
the
save
horses to each other and slowly leads them all away.
Hey, so come on. I'm trying to have Kalyna be like Jordy to Tolthus's Data. Show me how to be a little more human.
That's a great analogy.
All right. Fair enough.
Oh, wow.
All right. So you rest, you get a break and heal up a little bit, and you actually get 2 of the 3 wolf pelts situated. Halden steps in and helps with trying to finish skinning at least one more of them.
Nice.
So,
Okay.
It doesn't scare the horses.
No, I mean the Halden got the horses away from where the
Carrying these
butchering
pelts
was going on.
Unless we're gonna have Finn throw him in his bag of holding.
Right.
And
Oops, I'm
obviously,
sorry. I don't know what I was thinking.
Halden's horse probably would have been unimpressed because you can tell he's riding a war horse.
No, okay.
So blood isn't exactly a problem for his steed.
Right.
So you keep moving, and it is cold, and it is a long trip. It's slow going, and trudging through the snow. You do manage to follow the markers. It's actually you'd worried at one point that it might have been harder to navigate, but the markers that they've set up for the road actually make it pretty easy. I mean, there would have to be some really bad pileup of snow to hide the markers.
Gotcha.
And eventually, you reach the gates of Korth.
Cool.
Korth being one of the oldest cities in Corvair. It's very different when coming to Korth. You're kind of looking around. I mean, with Flame Keep and its very open architecture and the kind of sweeping architecture, it almost seems like most of the buildings were almost built on the kind of like a cathedral, stylized and so on, and the flame motif through things. And then you think about Sharn and the great towers and the different places that you've seen there, and then of course you've also been in Ondair, where at least the part of Ondair that you were in was it was obviously built for functional, living, but very well maintained, very well cared for. Korth, you get there and it is heavy. There's very thick stonework to it. The buildings, while there is ornate work to it in places, you're seeing there are gargoyles and there are statues and things and different fountains that have frozen over, making almost a beautiful ice sculpture all by themselves. But the roads are very twisting and it's blocky kind of construction to it as well. A lot of gray stonework to it.
Gotcha.
Is it about the same size as these other cities, like Flamekeep and things like that, or is it smaller or larger?
is big. It's a large city.
Okay. I'm imagining Winterfell.
Well, I mean, I guess you could kind of see it like that. I mean, just from the images of Winterfell, Korth would be bigger than Winterfell.
Right.
And certainly.
Before we get into this too much,
why don't we take a quick break?
Gotcha.
Yeah, could we take a quick bathroom break?
Certainly.
All right, so folks, if you're watching live, we will be back in just a couple minutes, real fast. So don't go anywhere, and we're going to continue.
Yeah, we're B&B, bathrooms and breaks.
Nice. All right, see you in a minute, folks.
Gabby.
Alrighty.
Ahoy!
There we are.
Oh, Steve, did you get my message?
Let's see.
From the bathroom?
Indeed.
Was it, do you have a match?
No.
No, that's what air freshener is for.
Ugh.
All right.
Smells on smells on smells.
All right.
Thank you for waiting, folks. We're back into it.
All right. So the other thing, I mean, that you definitely are seeing looking at this place, it would take one hell of a siege to get into Karrnath. I mean, this place is built to. I mean, you can clearly look around and see this city is built to fight.
Oh,
if
yeah.
It came down to it.
I was going to say, it was constructed for war.
Yeah.
Hey, so before we continue, actually, Thomas, I have a good question for you in the chat.
Yeah.
It's Kykness. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. I think that's the first time this person's watching, so thank you very much. It says, quick question for you guys. What would you say one of your top DM tips would be? So why don't we just take a quick moment to answer that before we continue? Matt Jack responded in the chat, establish dominance ASAP by killing someone.
Like the true man that's been in jail.
So Thomas, what is you have like maybe some really good DM tip?
There's so much that you learn over time as a DM, and most of all, I think a little planning goes a long way. And at least for my purposes, you got to have an interesting villain. Make that villain something interesting and someone that maybe the players can understand why they're doing what they're doing, even if they don't agree.
Right, because nobody likes the typical, I just want to see the world burn type deal.
Right. Unless there's a real interesting reason behind that.
Exactly.
that the players can find out. But I've always appreciated a story more if the villain is something truly interesting.
That's a great point. I think a lot of, movies and films don't succeed as well because the villain is very cookie cutter, just kind of lame.
Oh, yeah. In fact, speaking of Game of Thrones, a lot of the quote-unquote villains from there are actually very interesting because you can't really say they're the villain because everyone is in that gray area.
And that's one of the things that I've liked very much about the Eberron setting as a whole. It's hard to point at any of the nations and say those are the bad guys.
Right, because even with Drome and its trolls and ogres and just monstrous creatures, it's still not what would be considered an evil place.
Right. I mean, the Hags of Drome are actually trying to legitimize the nation. Yeah, a trio of hags are trying to get their nation into international relations.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Which normally that you don't see that kind of thing. The hags are just out in the woods waiting to eat you.
No, we're not saying that.
What about the rest of you? I mean, Brett, and I think you've done some DMing, and Nate, have you?
I have DM'd for some of my online friends before. Unfortunately, it was only one campaign, but they seemed to really enjoy it. The only thing, it was obviously my first campaign, so there was a lot of missteps and things that I forgot to take into consideration, but also the players did as well, because it was their first time using Roll20, and some of them first time playing D&D ever. I made the absolute pivotal mistake of trying to accept as many friends as possible into one game. So in our very first session, we had 13 players.
Wow.
Oh boy.
I've done that.
Yep. That's rough.
Yeah.
I've done too. It's rough.
Yeah. The best part is that we got up to 17 the second session.
Oh god.
It was utter madness. And in fact, one of our true neutral druids attempted to entangling roots everyone in the party so that he could go, I am the one that's trying to, lead the way. And what does he do? Very next room he goes into, there's a demi-lich, just chilling in the room, not doing anything, just kind of messing with his own business. And he's like, okay, I attack it. He almost wiped the whole party.
Yep.
All right, so before we continue, anybody else? Brad, do you have any?
Just be prepared. I mean, it really breaks up the game if you're...
Is that the Boy Scouts motto?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of... It really breaks up the game having to flip through books every 2 seconds, every encounter, or anything like that. So kind of be prepared in what you're doing and know your NPCs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Make the NPCs interesting too.
Did Roll20 restart for anyone else?
No.
Nope.
I'm not getting any video feed.
Uh-oh.
Weird, and now you're frozen on my screen, but everyone else is fine.
Interesting.
Yep. You're frozen here.
Let me refresh the page real quick.
All right.
All right, so I thank It's Kindness on in the live YouTube chat. Thank you very much for that question.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching.
The only other thing that I would add, I mean, I DM'd just a few games, literally when I was back in middle school, like 1984, somewhere around there. So it's been a while. But what I would suggest is making sure that you find a group of people that both want to have fun, but are actually serious about playing.
Yeah.
Because I've just been a part of so many groups that fall apart within 2 or 3 sessions, and it's always a huge disappointment. So, like, the group you're with is wishy-washy and not, like, committed. Just get the hell away from them and find a group of people that you actually want to play with that are serious about playing.
Or the other
Good advice.
possibility to that, sometimes that you can get a related to the villain thing, sometimes you can really get a group to commit if you put that villain in their face from the get-go and make it clear that he's winning.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because there are some people, they're not going to quit while he's winning. We can't stop. That jerk's winning.
That's cool.
Yeah, like the asshole archer in our case.
Yeah. And that fucking Dolgaunt.
And by the way, if you are joining us for the first time, folks, the things we're referencing are our past villains we've been facing, and luckily, you can actually catch up on all that on the website, supergeekedup.com. Click on the D&D tab. Somnus has been kind enough to write all synopses for all the past episodes you can catch up on. You can also get a lot of our character bios and our actually completed character sheets and all that cool stuff, too.
And nude photos.
Yeah, but just of Finn and Tulthus.
Actually, as a consensus, you know what? I would say possibly one of the greatest attributes a DM could have is improv.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
At some point,
your party
you're
is
going to
never
have to
gonna
wing it.
Yeah, your party's going to do something they hadn't planned for. You really want to go that way? You really want to go there.
Like the mage tries to read the mind of a dark lord and blows the madness check.
All right, so one last thing before we move on. It's Kalyna who posed this question, says he's going to share our video on his channel, or her channel. So thank you very much, sir or ma'am.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, awesome person.
Sorry, I don't. Yeah, I don't know very little about you, so we're doing these gender like.
Right, androgynous, nondescript, generic person.
Like Tulfus.
Oh, that's true.
Oh man.
All right, anyway, let's forge on here, Somnus.
Yes.
Alrighty. So
I know what I want to do. I want to find a tavern with a nice big roaring fire to warm ourselves.
You want to thaw.
Yes.
Hey, I'll actually ask Holden though. Like, so Holden, where should we head first?
You also notice that just before reaching the gates, he actually removed his cloak pin and swapped it out with a plain one, and tied a black cloth over the crossguard of his blade, so that his symbols of his coat of arms for House Deneath are now hidden.
Actually,
Gotcha.
just having some general knowledge of the land, Tolthus would like to actually distance himself from the party so as not to draw attention, because I know Warforged aren't popular in Karrnath.
No, but at the same time, Halden tells you to stick close with him.
Well, yeah.
Just because, he'll be presenting his papers to the gate guards, and his word will carry a good bit more weight.
Right.
As far as what's going on.
I meant like once we enter the city. I
Gotcha.
actually didn't know that we were outside still.
Yeah. Sorry?
I was just going to say, I make sure that Tulfus's shiny purple sword is hidden, just masked.
Well,
So
I thought that was being stored in the bag of holding.
Oh, that
Wouldn't that
sounds
poke a hole
good.
through it?
No.
It's,
I mean, it
And
could
the
be in
rope.
a scabbard in the...
well, I was going to say it should be sheathed like across my back underneath the pelt that I
Okay.
use for the winter clothes. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. All right.
I'm going to be disguised as a wood elf.
Okay.
Okay. I'm trying to think if I should disguise myself at all. Well, I guess there's not really any reason to, right?
Not at the moment.
I disguise myself as a half-frozen wood elf.
Your disguise is excellent. It's
Kalyna praises you on your excellent disguise skills.
Amazing.
All right. So when you get to the gates, Halden pulls out a small metal case and opens it to present it to the guards. And in it, you can actually see he has identification papers complete with a portrait of him and a glittering arcane mark on the papers. And there's some other information in there. And there's a kind of a badge symbol as well for House Deneath. And the guards, kind of look at him and says, this group is with me. They wave you guys through without another word about it. So passing through the streets of Korth, you're kind of looking at the buildings, and it's pretty in its own way, but it just feels a little grim. The stonework and everything. And certainly they're doing their best to keep the snow from piling up too heavy to let anyone actually move through the streets.
Nice spin.
Classic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not sure. So we're here to find a boner, right? Or was
Finn,
it the
Finn,
bone?
do you have
I don't
trouble
know. What
getting
is
one? Finn has trouble getting one. He needs some.
Excuse me, I'm cold. Get me warm.
Shrinkage.
Then I'll find it.
Tolthus asks,
That's like,
what?
Kalyna looks down, and Finn's trying to explain, like, it's shrinkage. Don't you know what happens in the cold? It's like George Costanza.
Right.
I don't know how you guys walk around with those things. So, do we see like a good mix of races here? Is it mostly human, or the people?
There is a mix of
Or is
races.
anybody even outside?
Oh yeah,
Is anybody outside?
there are people
because of
moving
the
through the
cold?
street. I mean, it's daytime. There's people still got to take care of business.
Gotcha.
It doesn't matter what the temperature is. I mean, if it's not, an active blizzard, they're going to be taking care of the same, things as any other city.
The mail must go through.
Yes, Orion couriers are still moving through the streets. So Halden leads to a decent-sized tavern and inn, the Howling Wolf, and leads you guys inside. And inside, there is definitely a very large and roaring fire.
Finn runs to the fire.
He actually leaps into it.
I almost exposed my nether regions.
Somebody stop him. Stop him.
Yeah.
Right.
Please stop.
Halden's like smacking him with his sword. Stop.
And I say, bartender, hot cider, stat,
He's
hot
like,
chocolate,
he's like, what the hell does stat mean?
mulled wine, anything warm.
And then he pours it down his pants.
Yeah.
That semi-attractive prostitute, send her over. I want the warmest, biggest one you've got.
Would have to be a tiefling, wouldn't it?
What?
Oh, maybe I could help you out then.
No.
You're all able to get some good warm drinks and some good food as well. Some really good warm spiced stew with
Ooh, that sounds good.
a good mix of sausage in with the stew.
No jokes.
Here's your bones.
I put my sausage in the stew to warm it up. Just kidding.
So Halden is watching the patrons, and he says, all right, I figured everyone could use a chance to warm up here before we actually move to where we need to start looking.
Good plan. Good plan.
Where is that?
We need to move into the poorer streets of Korth. The most likely opportunity to locate the individuals we're looking for.
Right, since that's probably where the most users are.
Right. Now, in this instance, it's going to be probably better for us to separate. I've done enough work in Korth that there's a chance I could be recognized. And so certainly I don't want to jeopardize our chances of locating the bones just by being associated with you guys.
Right.
So I'll check in with my superiors here, but I'll get you into the district first, or at least make sure you know how to get there. From there,
sorry, go ahead.
From there, it's up to you. Investigate. Definitely keep in mind the Howling Wolf here, so that we can meet up later. I'll make sure that rooms are secured for each of you here.
Sounds good.
Would you recommend we go in any disguises as we go investigate?
Have you ever been to Korth?
Nope.
No.
Then chances are you probably don't have to worry about it. It's
all right.
Known here. There's, you'd just be one more traveler.
Right.
And is it fine to actually start mentioning the bones, or should we kind of be a little more subtle about it?
Start asking around, try and find a red-eye supplier.
Right.
As far as I know, the bones are the only ones making it. I mean, it may have expanded to other gangs, but as far as I know, they were the only ones who were producing it, and they're certainly the only ones who were distributing it in Thalios.
Besides the redness around the eyes, is there any other symptoms? Like, do people get fidgety or any other kind of stuff?
Well, yeah, they'll be fidgety, but the bloodshot eyes is usually the big thing for it. Unless, of course, it's one of the people who've reacted badly or taken too much, in which case they're hard to miss.
Very hostile.
Because
So, guys,
they'll be trying to kill anyone they come across.
So what we could do, guys, is I could use my disguise kit to kind of like make my eyes all bloodshot. I could kind of almost pose as an addict to Red Eye.
I like it. Yeah.
Looking for a dealer.
I could do it too.
Mm-hmm.
Red Eye Tweakers here.
Yep.
Okay, and then me and Tolthus are your companions or protectors, or
We would have to be a little ways off.
Yeah, we're gonna have
because
to split up a little bit. I think at least.
real quick.
You could keep us in sight, though.
Before Halden absconds, Tolfus would like to ask where he could pawn off these dire wolf belts.
Well, it's probably a little late in the day to do it today. And you can store it in the room here.
That works.
The market tomorrow, you'll probably fetch a good price for those.
Excellent.
or we could keep them through the winter and take them back to where we're planning on going. And once we're finished wearing them, they might actually fetch even more outside of this region. What do you think?
Sure, take them down to Sharn, where it's tropical.
I was going to say the whole purpose.
Come on, you gotta. Yeah, you don't sell winter wolves in the springtime.
Well, what about a nice rug? Come on.
For the mansion.
You call
of
yourself
course.
a businessman.
I can't believe I'm talking about dealing in pelts. Dear God.
Terrible.
You sell it to some nobleman in Sharn who's like, doesn't even know what a winter wolf is, and so is greatly impressed by this.
True.
I'm okay. Since Sulfus is the one who did all the work, I'm okay with
Yeah,
him doing whatever he wants.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
All right, so
here's a sideline
Brandon,
option too. I could come along as some kind of animal too, but
yep, I was just thinking that too.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I could come along as your pet cat.
Yeah. I mean, being
Or,
the druid of the
something
moon.
else.
Or a dog.
Yeah, or a dog.
Is
But
there?
I mean, it's not 100% necessary. But if you guys end up going into some kind of drug den, it might be good to have more than just two people.
Would this be a good spot to start asking around or not? Or just wait till tomorrow till we go to the other spot?
Honestly, this wouldn't necessarily be a good place to ask. But like I said, when I get you pointed to the poorer areas of the town, that's really where the most likely place to find people connected to the red eye trade and the bones will likely be there.
I'm curious.
Go ahead.
The attire we're currently wearing, is it akin to what the citizens around here have adorned on them?
And we bought winter gear in the other place, though, right? So
Yeah.
Your gear is not out of place.
Okay.
For here.
Good.
We're just travelers with a bad red eye addiction.
Yeah. So to make sure we can portray this accurately, so red eyes, fidgeting. Anything else? Anything else about behavior of red eye addicts?
No, that's about
standard, kind of a standard drug addiction type thing.
Yeah.
Again, aside from homicidal tendencies for the ones that it didn't go so well with.
Yeah.
And then, so if Finn's going to be an animal, are dogs like a common animal here?
Yeah, I mean, dogs would not be uncommon here. You could bet they've probably got, that some people may actually have, trained wolves.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, perfect.
All right, so should we head out now, or?
Yeah, I mean, finish your meal, of course, and I'll make sure we get you your room keys before you head out.
Cool.
Okay.
So I guess then before we head out, I guess Ekamon and Kalyna will get their disguises set.
Yep.
Okay.
You know, my only real concern about this plan is if you get into a situation where you're asked to, where you're given product and then they're like waiting to see you use the product.
Well, I mean, obviously,
Well, I don't think drug dealers usually wait around to see people use product. They just want their money.
Probably not. Okay, that's fine.
First
I don't
one's
know.
always-
What do you know about drug dealers?
The only thing I know about drug dealing is out of character.
Oh boy!
Just remember, first one's always free.
I know about halfling weed. Hey, there is one thing though. If we want to, if you guys want to try to trade any halfling weed with these guys or something, or give them a treat, you know, something from out of town. I'm serious.
Why don't you give us some? That's not necessarily a bad idea.
Yeah.
Right, you could say
okay.
it doesn't take the edge off like Red Eye does. So you might as well
Right.
have it around for something.
So you're gonna make some up and give it to us, or you already had some?
Yeah. I'll give you guys each, you know,
You get arrested.
little halfling weed stogie, you know.
Right now, I'm just hearing Tom Lair's "The Old Dope Peddler."
Oh,
All
I
right.
can't see anything good coming out of this.
right?
And I want you guys to look a little more badass. So yeah, when we go in, I'll change into a white wolf, just to be your companion. You know, your companion wolfie.
Okay.
And by the way, Anthony Davis just rejoined us, and he says, "What's up?" And I just told him we're doing a lot of drugs.
Yeah, drugs. Looking for boners.
Yeah.
You know, the usual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
Usual Monday Night Mayhem D&D.
Yep.
Wow. All right.
Oh, well,
So
that
Tolthus,
escalated
are you
greatly.
gonna just kind of
Red Eye Flight.
be in the area and kind of hang back?
Oh, yeah. No, once we finally get there, I'll be sort of just perusing and taking in the scenery, sort of like understanding where everything is,
Yeah.
making better note of it.
All right.
I mean, whenever you're within 30 feet, Ekamon can whisper in your head.
And as long as you guys are within
know how that's
30
set
feet
up.
of me, you can never be surprised.
Oh.
Mhm.
Nice.
Which is especially important when assassins are after you.
Yes.
It really, really makes a difference.
Yes.
The damn Kamathas.
Nobody knows what Kamathis or Kymathis looks like, do they?
All we know is
He's like Kaiser Sose.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
right. Gray-haired and robes.
Yep, and he looked human.
Could have been a disguise.
They
Never know.
were
That really narrows it down.
right.
It's Gandalf, basically.
Well,
Yeah.
but they also said that he didn't look old. He had
Right, he
white
just-
Oh,
hair.
it's not Gandalf.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't look
Oh,
old.
so Madrak in the chat says, "Don't get the munchies and forget the quest because of the weed."
Right.
I don't know.
dude, what did we come here for again?
Yeah.
You guys are in the middle of having a conversation with the dealers, and you turn around, and I've just got a mouthful of weed. Just
Your wolf is high.
Yeah, he does this. This is why we keep him along.
We roll up in the VW bug with smoke coming out of it as we open the door.
All I can picture is Cheech and John when they're driving in the van that's like entirely covered in weed.
Nice.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Where would if
All right.
come on, I guess we should get our story straight. What could be a place we've come from? I guess that would be, in case anybody asks.
What was the last
It was
place we were
Vergensfile.
at?
Yep, Vergenslyle.
Yeah, you can say we're from
But
there.
we wouldn't have gotten red eye there because there was none.
Right, that's why we came here.
Where are we originally from then? Are we going to say like we're from Ondare or something?
Well, Halden's been telling you it's Thalios is where they've been peddling the drug.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, do we know anything about Thalios?
Thalios is on the Ondare side of things. Here, I'll bring you over to the map so that you can see.
You guys could just say that you traveled
Thalios.
through there.
We could have traveled from Thalios to Vergenslyle, right?
It would have been a long trip. You kind of would have gone way around Korth, because if you look up where Korth is, Reckonmark is on the other side of the bridge that shattered that used to allow the lightning rail to pass from Karrnath to Ondare. Thalios is on the other side of the bridge.
You guys could say you bought a kilo worth and just went on a bender and got lost. And you ended up here. But you're all out. And you need more.
I woke up in Vergenslyle.
Maybe we could say
no idea how I got there.
maybe we could
It's not a
say
bad idea.
Oh,
I have no idea. What?
maybe we could say we were from Thalios, but I don't know. We heard like there was even better stuff in Korth.
Right.
Hmm?
Or maybe we were thinking of starting up our own.
Nah, I wouldn't say that.
You know what? You could
Let's
say
not go
that
too crazy.
You spent the last
yeah.
of your funds using the lightning rail to get to Korth, and that you're in dire need of some help here.
The lightning rail can't get from Ondare to Korth.
And I wouldn't say you're out of funds. Then they wouldn't be.
No, yeah, let's not say
at
that.
all. Unless you
No.
guys are
Pretend you're
ready to-
desperate, like you're willing to do anything, because they have
Yeah.
use for cronies.
Oh, I would say
I don't know.
if by anything you meant sex, then Ekamon, it's all you.
Yes. Kalyna shows up and says, "I will do anything."
Anything?
I'm just kidding, but not really.
Oh, I'm just Josh.
I would just say you guys need it, but you have money.
Yeah. Okay, I think we're good to go.
Okay. So you, from Halden's directions, he tells you how to get into the Low District, and it's a bit of a walk. The city is big. I mean, this is a city of like 85,000 people. It's not a small city.
Yeah.
And as you pass along through the city, you do catch glimpses of Crown Home, the castle that is the seat of King Caius III's reign. And at one point, you're pretty sure you see the Tower of the 12, which is actually a floating tower that is in Korth that is dedicated to magical research. And the work there is done from the collective dragon marked houses. Each of the dragon marked houses has representatives there.
Cool.
Nice.
And
Let's
it's
check that place out.
actually make a history check.
Probably where our companion is.
My history check is history.
Finn is the one who suddenly knows arcane lore.
Right.
And
Ooh. Kalyna.
now it's said that the tower has 13 stories, but one of the stories is empty. It essentially left there for the lost dragon mark.
Okay.
Because supposedly at one point there were 13 dragon marks, and the mark of death has been lost.
Huh.
That sounds scary or anything.
But the mark of death was lost a long time ago.
Right.
So, you make your way into the low district, and as you progress, the streets become more narrow, the pathways more winding, the buildings begin to kind of crowd in more as you move further and further into the poorer areas. You actually, at one point, you see essentially a body laying frozen in one of the alleyways.
Lovely.
Gotcha.
Probably got drunk and ended up passing out, froze to death overnight.
Corpsicle.
Yeah.
Yep. So as we're going along, I'm just keeping my senses going, and wolves do have advantage on hearing and smell. So just if
Right.
there's anything I need
So
to
you're a
roll
wolf right now,
for.
right?
And then
Yeah.
Finn catches wind of something. Smells like death.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Fresh death.
Okay. So I let Ekamon know through our
But
mind,
Old death.
Ooh.
that there is old death coming from and motion with my
Up
snout.
ahead, and you basically
Up ahead.
see a troop of armored skeletons with weapons cross
All right.
the open area ahead of you.
Oh, that's
Okay, so I'm just saying let's proceed with caution and see what's going on here.
But the thing of it is, on their armor, they actually have Karrnathi emblems,
yeah.
Okay.
and
Like they're the watch.
they're not the watch, but you basically see there's one man who's leading them who is clearly alive, and they are following him.
Yes.
Right.
Necromancer.
Truly intrigued by what he sees, Tolfus openly approaches this man.
Okay.
Okay.
The other interesting thing about this particular individual is it looks as though he's like wearing armor, but it almost looks like it's made of bone.
Oh, that's so cool.
And he the helmed figure kind of looks at you because Tolthus is coming up, and motions like this, and the group immediately comes to a halt. But the kind of creepy thing, they actually the undead with him actually like turn and seem to be looking at each of you. There's almost it's a weird feeling because it's almost like they're sizing you up.
Okay. Well, I mean, hey, it's
Well,
kind of
hang
what
on.
they're meant to do.
The rest of us didn't actually really go over to them, though, right? Just told us.
Right, no, but basically the undead, now that they're stopped, are looking. They're basically, which, and you can roll Arcana. Anyone who has
Yes,
Arcana
please.
can roll it.
Hey! I'm really fascinated by these guys.
I cannot make a roll to save my life.
Dude, man, my rolls are on fire today with the skills.
At least it's not a combat thing.
Yeah, seriously.
Your life is not hinging on this roll.
Nope.
So I should know some stuff, right?
Both Tolthus and Kalyna. I mean, Tolthus, you kind of know a bit. You fought some of these
Yes.
during the war. Kalyna knows that ain't normal.
What's not normal?
That the undead, that these skeletons are looking at you guys.
Right.
I mean, not just standing there like this and happen to be looking in your direction.
Like they still possess a will of their own.
Actively looking at you.
Yeah.
Skeletons. I mean, enough from stuff that skeletons. There's nothing there. It's just it's basically an animated set of bones that follows orders.
Yes.
It doesn't think on its own. It doesn't do anything on its own without being told. These things are reacting.
Yes. Oh, that's so cool.
Now,
Great.
Somnus, did Halder say anything about the Bones, the Bones gang being anything about people that went
Actual
around
bones?
with skeletons?
No,
that,
no.
that's the reason they're called the Bones? Okay.
No.
Just making sure. I didn't think so.
No, and good point for reminding me. I meant to mention this earlier and it slipped. He said that some members of the Bones who have been caught, they basically on their left hand they have tattooed a skeletal hand
Gotcha.
print over their own.
Okay. Cool.
Any of you, I mean, this is pretty common knowledge. Karrnath used undead during the war.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And so, this is, probably a military unit that's moving to a new location.
Sure.
And the Bone Knight looks over to Tolthus and is like, something on your mind, Forged?
You have an impressive force here.
Just
How long have they
moving
been in
along.
service?
What's that?
How long have they been in service?
This group has been in service for at least 10 years.
Years older than me. Well, I don't want to impede your progress, but it's good to admire former foes.
I know the feeling. He motions forward and the troop moves out.
All right, well, Tolthus will take one longing look back at them and then solemnly approach his party members.
I guess
Okay.
it would be inappropriate for me to go running after a nice big juicy bone.
Yes, please don't.
I won't.
Yeah,
You guys
for
can
any
just say, Bad wolf. Go
anyone
ahead.
who is interested in seeing what they look like, I'm pretty sure if you do a search for
Sure,
Karrnathi undead. All right.
if you do a search
just-
for those, it'll probably come up with the images of them.
I'll definitely do it
Okay.
later. I just don't want to slow down my
So,
bandwidth.
so this is a normal thing for this area.
It, like I said, the Karns fielded large amounts of undead troops during the war. I mean, you look at, they've got Fort Zombie and Fort Bones as two of their fortresses. They have a lot of undead armies. Thousands and thousands. The Karrnathi government has a ministry of the dead,
Oh, yeah.
and the
No.
ministry is allowed to collect any bodies for military service.
As the wise Naveneral once said, the dead make good soldiers. They don't need food, they don't need sleep, and they don't stop fighting when a random body part falls off.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. All right, so where are we now? Like, we're in the poor district?
You're in the low city, so you're basically in the poorer districts, and
Okay.
so you're moving through. You see people wearing, well, not enough warm weather clothing, trying to scurry through quickly from place to place. It smells not particularly great. It seems like more than a few chamber pots have been emptied onto the street.
Watch when you walk in our windows.
Yeah, you've occasionally eye some windows with paranoia as you're passing underneath, but you're definitely this has definitely got to be the right place.
So
So-
do
Do you
You
want
look
to
for a
make
drug dealer. That's what I say in my head.
Sam,
Come on, look for a drug dealer.
Samus, what were you asking?
just wondering what you want to actually do now that you're kind of here.
Are we seeing anybody any, I don't know, shady individuals that might, or anybody with red eye, like around their eyes already? Like
shady individuals.
I mean, okay, there's probably a lot of shady individuals, but
are there any slim shady individuals?
do we see anybody with the telltale red bloodshot eyes?
Okay. All right.
I don't.
Do we need to make a check?
This would probably be, well, I mean, perception to look for the red eyes. You may need to make an investigation check to try and
Damn.
figure out. Wow.
Tell you, man, I'm on fire today with these rolls.
You are.
Thank goodness somebody is.
Well, she's very motivated, so
Just takes one.
Okay. So, Kalyna is looking around. You guys are looking. You don't really see any, anybody who looks like they're on red eye. See some people who might be on something else, but not sure. But Kalyna's been in enough criminal locations to kind of have a feel for it. So you start making your way through the streets, kind of looking. You're looking for, the telltale signs that would make sense. The strange smells that typically associated with drug houses that you've seen in other cities. And eventually you do find a place where it's kind of like, okay, all right, this, and it's labeled as an apothecary shop.
Nice.
Why wouldn't it be?
Have a nice big green cross out front. Just joking.
The weed thing, right? The pot.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can definitely.
So I think that there may be somebody peddling red eye in the shop, basically.
Maybe not red eye, but something. And if they're peddling something, they might be able to point you to people who supply other things.
Okay, so I'll say, kind of whisper. All right, so told us, why don't you wait out here and kind of watch the entrance?
For sure.
And the rest of us will go in.
Okay,
Let's go.
Is there any way I can sort of keep an eye on both the front and the back of the shop?
No.
Okay.
You wouldn't be able to see both at once. The buildings are way too crammed together.
Oh, okay. Okay.
How big is the shop? Would I be able to fire out a warning in case we needed to? As the top is 30 feet away.
Well, I think it would certainly be possible to blow out a window. You just basically send a bolt into the street.
I was thinking of using the.
I think he meant his mental thing.
Mental thing.
Oh, okay.
He actually didn't mean a warning shot.
What about
Warning
a warning
yell.
wolf?
Well, the problem is that you do need line of sight.
Yeah, that's
to
true.
him.
Okay.
Now, if he's standing in front of the windows, probably, but if not, probably not.
Okay.
If they're
so by the way, I love
shouting or
Madrick.
wolf howling, he'll know.
What's that?
Madrick just said a great thing in the live chat going on. I had typed in there because of the roles. I said Kalyna's the MVP tonight. He said most voluptuous person. Yes, exactly.
Makes sense.
Right on, Madrick.
Alrighty then.
All right, so yeah, we're gonna go into the shop then. Well,
All
actually,
right.
then you're coming with us, right, in wolf form?
Oh yes.
You're a white wolf, is that right?
Yes, a white wolf.
Are pets allowed?
Well, you can always
We'll
ask the
find out.
shopkeeper.
Yeah, find out in a minute.
Yep.
Remember, guys, keep up the crackhead appearance.
Yes. No. Yeah. I typed this in the chat. Some of this, but Kalyna's been doing this the entire time. You know the affectations of a red eye addict.
Right. And certainly some people have looked at you as you've been moving along, but nobody. Obviously, it doesn't seem to cause people to comment.
Right.
And I assume Ekamon is doing the same thing. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Right, and the wolf has rings of red around the eyes. I'm just joking.
Boy.
I don't. Like, yeah, our wolf is hooked too.
You give it to the animals?
Right.
All right. So what do we see in the shop?
All right. So the shop has just a lot of different herbs and stuff hanging, and you're so many conflicting smells and such, but it's you could almost get a small high just from walking in. There is definitely there's the sense of the herbs and things that are hanging, but there's definitely
Something else.
there's smells that are coming that are not from the plants, or at least not in their natural state.
Right.
From here, and there is a small older-looking gnome behind the counter.
Are there? I'm assuming there's some like bottles and stuff, or like.
Oh
vials?
yeah, there's bottles, jars.
Okay. Kalyna's gonna like look like she's examining one, but just like as she picks it up, it'll be like shaking her hand just to kind of make it kind of obvious to him, like
Yeah.
and then put it back down.
Okay.
Is it a garden gnome?
He's
Got the big red pointy.
Right.
Yep. Travels all over.
so he's an older gnome. He's an older gnome.
Yes. I mean, his beard isn't completely white, but he's definitely older.
Now, I forget, do the gnomes in this world live roughly the same length as the ones from Faerun?
I mean, they live the standard lifespan of gnomes. That doesn't change.
Okay.
For Eberron, they're the same race.
Yeah, so that means they could, live upwards of hundreds of years?
Could, yes. In fact, I haven't even looked to see what their lifespan is in 5th anymore. I mean, when anything lives hundreds of years, at that point, you don't really care anymore as far as what age.
So is stuff like labeled here, or
No, there's
no?
Yeah, so I know this is silly, but I would imagine with my advantage on smell right now and my background and dealing with herbs and everything, that I can at least, point out a few and let Ekamon know in his head, like a couple that he could point out and be like, oh, you've got this, oh, and that.
Yeah, that's what I would be doing, but my voice would be like shaking.
Like he's familiar with different things. Do I need to roll for that, or can we assume that I can tell him a few things?
No, I mean, certainly. I mean, you recognize herbs and stuff. It's not, that shouldn't be any kind of challenge for you. I mean, that's part of being a druid. I'm not even going to roll for that.
Right. So I tell Ekamon to point out a few, just to begin a conversation.
So Ekamon and Kalyna, you need to make deception checks for keeping up your act.
Nice.
Do well, boys.
I'm a girl, not a boy.
Oh my!
And ladies.
Oh!
+7.
Damn
Wow.
it! Look, I'm fucking on fire.
Maybe Kalyna steps in and saves your ass.
Yeah.
This is like the best I've rolled ever.
Okay.
Oh, and you even have a better
I was
plus on
plus
you.
7. That still can't get it.
Oh, that was a terrible roll. That was a 3.
Yeah. I'm horrible tonight.
Sometimes the dice hate.
Oh,
Yes.
I'll be like, Westford, let me do the talking.
Okay.
Okay. So you gonna make your way over to the gnome? He's
Yeah.
watching you. You move about, look at different stuff. Well, can I help you?
Yeah, I mean, whatever I'm saying here, I guess, pretend it's under the. I don't know if the voice usually like stutters or is shaky too, usually with these, but if it is, like, that's what she's doing,
Yeah.
Yes, you look like you have quite a variety of things here. Of
Oh,
herbs.
yeah, it's quite a variety. Imported from all over Corvair. What are you looking for? Maybe something to help with the red in your eyes?
Yes, that would be.
Ding, 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 ding.
That would be ideal.
So, I'm afraid I've got a few things that might help, some different eye drops. I do have something similar that might help, but it isn't quite the same.
I think we might be interested in that.
Similar.
So,
Well, so out of character. Hang on.
okay.
I'm trying to. So, Brett, I don't know. I'm trying to think if he means by similar, like it's going to give you more of the red eye, like it is the red eye, or if he actually is trying to. I'm assuming when he first said that, he knows what we want. With the red eye comment.
Right,
what do you
maybe
think?
he doesn't sell it, and maybe he might know who does.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, what I'm wondering is if maybe you want to ask where you can get some of the good stuff. You're interested, but is there anywhere where you can get the really good stuff?
The what he produces from underneath the counter is a small vial of a pearlescent liquid that you recognize. Dream
Lily.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it's completely pearlescent, right? It's not discolored whatsoever.
Right. It's not discolored or anything like that. It's definitely it's like the pure sample that you saw in Falco's laboratory that he hadn't messed with.
Gotcha.
So again, for people who might be new, Dream Lily is another drug that's quite addictive as well, right?
Yes, it was originally used as an anesthetic during the last war for combat medics.
Milk of the poppy.
Kinda.
Now, the bones, though, we only know the bones are dealing in red eye. Is that right, or do they also deal in Dream Lily?
You know that they're dealing in red eye. That seems to be the main thing they're doing. Now, the thing is that it seems like they may have also been the ones to create red eye in the first place.
Okay, so I guess I'll look at that and say, well, we've had that before, and it is quite potent, but there's another thing, I think you can probably tell, that we're really looking for.
Yes. Unfortunately, that is a bit of a restricted commodity.
There must be some way to get it.
Oh, there is.
I'm telling Ekamond in my head, maybe you should suggesting Kalyna in her head to offer some gold.
But would tweakers have like gold to be offering up?
Like I said,
Sure. I mean, why
Well, I mean,
it with something?
like I said, to really, sell it and play the part, act like you've spent most of your funds not only getting here, but obviously binging.
Right.
All right. Well, let's. I mean, I think he's about to tell us some more information. I think we're doing all right.
Mm-hmm.
What was the last thing he said again?
He says it's a restricted commodity.
Right. And I said it must be somewhere, and you said yes, it is possible. I think, right, to get
Yes, it is possible. And he's like eyeing you, and he's eyeing Ekamon, and he's like he's just kind of, what is your game? You might actually need it. Your friend, nah, he's after something else.
Damn you and your horrible deception rolls.
To be fair, the gnome did get a Nash 20.
Oh shit! Oh wow! I got I rolled so high then. Well, I wouldn't go so far as calling my friend, and he's kind of new to the whole thing. I've been doing it longer.
He's a travel companion.
All right, roll that deception.
Both of us, or just me?
Just you. You're the one telling the lie. So.
Yeah.
Drum roll. Oh!
Ah! Damn it! The streak ends. Terrible. What a terrible time for it to end.
Something doesn't add up.
We're gonna get kicked out of here in a second.
Yeah. We may have to resort to other means or violent
He's
means.
like,
Yeah.
he looks at you. You're full of shit. And it's like, out with it. What are you after?
We're looking for information
On the bones.
that may be beneficial to you.
Yeah? How's that?
We may be able to take down some of your competition.
Ah, now that's music to my ears.
I give a little
We're looking to.
and I put my paws like in his lap and lick his hands.
We're looking to take down the bones. Do you know where we can find them?
As a matter of fact, I do. However, that means I need certain guarantees. Because if you fuck up, I don't want them coming to me.
What kind of guarantee?
Okay, what kind of guarantees?
I'm trying to think of what I could do that would make sense. Because the problem is really if you fuck it up and they catch you, they're going to take a long time getting information out of you. Which means sooner or later, one of you is probably going to sell me out.
Well, we just won't get caught then.
All right. I'll take a gamble with this. It'd be worth a lot of money to me. So, are you planning on killing them all, or are you just going to wreck their business?
We'll take down as many as we can.
Good. I prefer dead.
I ask in Ekamon's mind if he can tell us how many there are that he knows of.
Do you know how many there are in the city?
It's hard to say. It's not like I do a lot of business with them. I tried to purchase their product for my own store, but they keep it in-house. They don't like to share. I'd say there's quite a few of them.
Where can we? Do they have like a main headquarters or a base?
Oh yeah. There's a group of 4 buildings that they run out of.
And you can tell us where these are?
Absolutely. In fact, I'll draw you a fucking map.
Oh, good. Fucking maps are my favorite.
He pulls out
and how?
I have a hard time finding my way.
Will they have the location of some brothels as well?
Oh, wow.
Are you gonna ask? I guess.
No,
A
no.
map of Corvair that literally shows every single whorehouse on the entire continent.
So,
Wow.
have you ever heard of Within the Bones of a woman named Cassandra?
No, never heard the name. Mostly, what gets run around is stuff about Roland Thal,
Who is that?
the boss man, the man who gives the bones their marching order.
Is he here in the city or somewhere else?
Rumor has it he's here somewhere, probably holed up in one of the 4 buildings that they run their operations out of.
You said that was Roland what?
Thal, Thul.
Believe it or not, that was actually the name of the demi-lich in my campaign.
What?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Not Roland, just the Thul part.
Oh.
Yeah.
One with a D?
Yeah,
Or, yeah, okay.
Roland. And just like you would think it's spelled. Yeah.
Okay.
Any of the 4 buildings would you recommend we check out first?
Well, they don't really let most folks inside. The lower floors, they all they keep up the appearance of legitimate businesses in them, but yeah, you never actually see anyone buy the goods that are there.
Any advice on the best approach?
Uh,
Good class.
that's not my problem. I'm just interested to see how this plays out. If you succeed, leave a note here. Just slip it under the door. I think I'm going to spend a little time away from the shop over the next few days until I see how this pans out.
And if we succeed, are you willing to provide some compensation?
Oh, I'll think about it. I mean, after all, I'm the one giving you free information.
And we're the ones doing your dirty work.
Seems fair, since you were going to do it anyway.
Kind of has this over a barrel.
All right, why don't you draw the fucking maps?
Well,
And so he draws maps, from the of the streets in the surrounding area, and he labels them, and then points out a series of 4 buildings all adjacent to each other. He says, "That's where you want to go."
I mean, if we want to kind of have some leverage here, we do have a Sentinel Marshal in town.
Yeah, so I talked to Ekamon, and I'm just trying to see if this guy can give us more of a sense of how well armed these men are. You know, is it a small army? Are we talking like 20 men, or 30, or 50, or 100?
Well, I kind of asked how many there were, and he said he didn't know.
Yeah, just no idea. Okay.
I mean, more than 20, less than 100.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
It's kind of the, if you're asking about that again, I mean, he's basically like, I have other things to do than to sit around trying to count.
What size buildings are these?
3-story buildings.
And
So we
they're
need some people
near
in
each
there.
other?
They're all adjacent to each other.
Wow. Got a lot of people in there.
And you said all of them have like supposedly legitimate things on the first floor?
Yep.
All right. Is there anything else we should ask this guy? All right. I guess what do we need from him?
The only other
Well-
thing I can think of is if we if he does know somebody specific we can ask about to be a supplier for the Red Eye. That's the only other thing I can think of. Yeah.
But I guess we just really wanted to find the bones, right? So.
Right.
Granted, we would have no guarantee of it, but I would suggest, to have him just peddle the softer stuff.
Who, the gnome?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just for safety's sake, I suggest you stay out of the Red Eye business.
He says, well, seems like that's going to be taking a downturn in the near future.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll head out.
Yep.
Okay.
Thanks for the map.
Of course. We take a step out the door, and within a few moments of stepping out, you hear the door lock.
Oh, okay. I thought the asshole archer was going to shoot at us.
Yeah. He followed us all the way from Sharn.
Suddenly, there's a clang, and Tolthus falls over backwards.
Son of a bitch!
Not again!
Asshole!
Okay.
You would have traveled a long way to kill us.
Yeah.
300 feet of my foot in your ass.
So I'm telling Ekamon that I'm wondering if we should go back and have a chat with Halden before
Marshal.
we can. Yeah, with the marshal.
Yeah,
I think so.
To come up with a plan rather than just going straight over and being
No.
let's check it out.
Yeah, let's definitely talk to Holden.
Let's charge in with no plan.
Yes.
My kind of plan.
By the way, Kalyna, just because she's still in the disguise, Kalyna is still going to be putting on this thing so nobody gets suspicious, like if they see her, not being like a red eye addict.
Keep up the act.
Yeah.
Getting out of the district.
Yeah.
And what kind of, I guess they can kind of fill Tolthus in on the way, like what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I start walking around on my hind legs, but still as a wolf, to look natural. More like Finn, but still as a wolf.
Then
I'm
Scooby-Doo comes
joking. Right. No, I stay as a wolf until we're close to being
People
back.
toss coins. That's amazing training.
Yes! I keep doing it. And I dance around and I do some flips. More money. All right, anyway.
You guys were heading back
Okay.
to the Howling Wolf.
Heading back to the Howling Wolf.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
When you get there, Halden is there, and he's just been sitting, apparently enjoying a good mug of ale while waiting. Please join me. And he motions over for the innkeeper to bring more mugs. Any luck?
Actually, yes.
Yeah.
Really?
We found the. I'm going to slide.
Why it sounds so surprised.
Well, I guess it all matters about looking in the right place. I spent a long time, researching places in Ondair, figuring the source of the drug was somewhere in Ondair, and then only recently got to knowing that they've been trying to get it, into Ondair from across the border.
Well, the proprietor of this apothecary actually told us there was 4 main buildings that the Bones use as headquarters, and I'm going to slide the map, like 2 of them to show him, and he drew a map for us.
Huh. So, yeah, he looks at it. It's not an area I've been to before. But you think he's reliable?
He sees some way to profit.
There's competition.
Yeah.
So probably reliable.
Yeah.
Or at least he wants whoever's at this place to suffer.
Yeah.
And he said he was going to leave town for a few days.
Yeah.
Did he say leave town or just
Just leave the shop.
Yeah,
Sorry, just leave the shop. Leave the area.
And he said, man, you're probably familiar with Roland Thull, he thinks is in town.
The leader
of the Bones.
Yeah. He said it's a name I haven't heard in association with the Bones before. I have
He said they were their
the name. And he's been in trouble on and off since the end of the war. He was Karrnathi military, but discharged. Did some mercenary work, then just started graduating from straight mercenary work to more thug work. And I guess he's finally found somewhere where his talents are best suited.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
The gnome at the apothecary seemed to think that he was the one calling the shots.
Could be. Hell, he may have replaced somebody, or maybe he actually had stuff running on the side even when he was still part of the military. I know he was often stationed here at Korth and then also at Reckenmark from his record. So that gives him decent knowledge of both Korth and Reckenmark, which is sitting right on the opposite coast of Thaliast.
We also got the useful information that there are probably anywhere between 25 to 100 men in these 4 buildings.
Yes.
That's substantial.
Well, I think unless we're going to bust in with some kind of SWAT team, we might need to take the stealthier approach.
I mean, I guess we could sneak in. Again, we could try to do some kind of disguise thing again.
Actually, yeah, if we can find one of their affiliates or quote-unquote employees, we could knock a couple of them out and have you guys disguise yourselves to look like them.
We could totally do that. Just keep in mind, disguises never apply to voice.
Right.
So we would have to try to simulate the voice, which is a harder. I tried that in the past. It's a harder check to do. Not that's impossible, but
well, the Halden's like, there's no reason that we can't go the direct route. With my authority, I can call upon the White Lions to back my investigation.
Yep. I mean, I would offer too, if you would literally like me to go in as a mouse or a flea and just see what's going on in the place. That shouldn't be too hard too.
That's
Seriously,
true. And then you could also find out if Cassandra is there, because I could give you a description of her, and then you could see if there's any woman in there.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Somnus. What did Halden say?
No, he said that's an interesting idea. Certainly, I'm sure I could get the White Lions to support, cordoning off the area and assisting with the search of the buildings. And if the fighting breaks out, we'll certainly have swords to help.
Right.
Because certainly, the local authorities are not going to have a problem removing this from their streets.
Right. It's a blight upon their city, so.
I like the idea of Finn going in first and scouting things out.
Yeah, definitely.
As a mouse scout. Well, I mean, as a mouse scout, my only other concern is if they happen to have a bunch of cats inside.
Go as a flea then.
But I mean, if I went as a flea, I mean, I'm sure it'll be like.
I don't think he can go that small.
He did it before.
I
did do it before.
Oh,
but,
maybe that wasn't legal though. I don't know.
It probably was not legal because
Nick's allowed me to, but it's okay.
I'll look into that because we're right about at the end of our night.
Right.
But there is certainly time to think and plan over this coming week to decide how you want to approach it. Sure. At this point, you know the resources you've got at your disposal. Halden as Sentinel Marshal can call on the local authorities to support him, and odds are good they would. So if you want to go in sneaky, that's fine. You need to convince Halden that that's the best course of action. But certainly he would have nothing against Finn going into scout ahead of time.
Yeah, I could go in and figure out like the number of men and hopefully find Cassandra too, as you say, Kalyna.
Yeah, that's what I was just to see if she's even in there.
Sure.
Or what building she's in.
Right. And I can find out where they keep their treasure.
Secondary motivation. Where's the money?
I come out trying to roll a gem with a little gem in my mouth. Yes.
Nice. All right. So we're gonna wrap it up there.
All right.
Yeah,
Sure.
I think it's best to stop there because we're right at 10, and I have a tired wife who needs to sleep.
Aww.
Well, okay. So thank you very much, everybody. We were watching live, and particularly it's Kaikus. Thank you for being new this week and for the great question
Thanks
earlier.
for watching.
Oh yeah,
Thanks.
definitely. Glad to have you.
Please join us again.
Yes, of course, for Lister's Maid and Madrag and Necronius and all you guys who usually watch. Thank you guys so much. You rock. So, of course, we'll be back next Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We'll give some quick links out here before we go. You can check out all the stuff I do at supergeekedup.com, and that's where everything we do with this show is also housed on, and the D&D page. Whole ton of stuff there. Character bios, backstories, episode synopses, drawings, really cool drawings of all our characters. In fact, next week, actually, while we were doing this game, the artist, Brent Hibbert, just sent me the final for Tolthus' character. So that'll be out super soon. Yeah, Nate was very excited about. He's been seeing all the drawings along the way.
Nice.
So we'll have all those drawings up there and a lot of cool other stuff. And Sam has also mentioned this. Hopefully, we can also get some of these NPCs up there because there's some really cool characters we've had in the NPC front.
Yes. That's another pet project to work on here because I've got the calendar up and running, and now I got to work on getting you some NPC details.
All right, so supergeekedup.com and all my other shows like Super Knocked Up and all that stuff you can find there as well. Trip does a cool show called The League of S.T.E.A.M.
Called League of S.T.E.A.M. Just check it out online. We have our own website, or you can check out the League of S.T.E.A.M. YouTube channel. And they're fun steampunk monster hunting adventures. There you go.
And Brett has 2 geeky shows he does.
Weeby Geeks podcast. You can find us at weebygeekspc.com. And Wookiee Radio, Star Wars-based podcast that we do twice a month as well. You can find it on iTunes.
All right, that was good Wookiee there, Nate.
Yes.
Nate is Uncle Muffles on most social and video gaming platforms.
I would like to mention, actually, that here soon, I think September 23rd, the release of Warhammer 40k Eternal Crusade will finally be officialized. And yes, I've been in this guild for about 2 years now. It is Strike Force Ultra. And we currently have a roster of over 120 members.
Wow.
Yes, loads of fun. So if you ever want to visit the website, if you're interested in playing the game or with us, because we have a ton of different games we mess around with, is strikeforceultra.engine.com. And that's, of course, the ENJIN mode of website.
All right, awesome. Very, very cool.
Indeed.
Is that the online game then?
Yes.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Sam, there's any links you want to share?
No. For the moment, you can just see me here causing mayhem, death, and other fun problems for this crew.
Nice.
Thank you for all the. I know all of us have really been enjoying it. So thank you for all the awesome work you do. And again, I missed to mention this at the top of the show, but if you didn't catch that, big thanks to everybody on the Super Geeked Up YouTube channel. We just passed 1 million views, so thank you guys very much. We definitely appreciate your support.
Very cool.
Getting us to that. All right. So hopefully we'll see you guys back next week. If you watch live or if you watch in post, obviously we love that as well. You can always tell us how you felt about the show as well. You can reach us at Super Geeked Up on Twitter. All right, guys, that's going to do us for tonight. Thank you so much. As always, we will see you next Monday night. Until then, have fun adventuring, everybody.
Have a good